Alright, so going over your quiz, for the first problem here, I wrote it down, and in order to get rid of fractions, if we multiply the top and bottom by 6, and then I eliminated the y's. So I multiplied the top equation by 2, and you could see that x would equal 9 and y would equal 8. Now for our second problem, it says y squared minus 3x squared is equal to 6. And y is equal to 2x minus 1. So I'm just simply going to plug this in for y. We'll distribute this. Let's say this would be 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. 4x squared minus 2x is minus 4x plus 1 minus 3x squared is equal to 6. So we just get x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals 0. We have an x and an x, 5 and a 1. So negative 5, positive 1. X would be 5 and x would be negative 1. And we could just plug those in to get what y is. Y would be 9 and y would be negative 3. And our last system problem says we have x squared plus 2y squared is equal to 33. And x squared plus y squared minus 19 is equal to 2x. Alright, so let's see, I'm taking a look at this. If I eliminate the x's, the x squared, we still have an extra x left over, so that wouldn't help us. But if I eliminate the y squared, then I would just have all x's. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll multiply the bottom by negative 2, and we get x squared plus 2y squared is equal to 33. And on the top, we're going to get negative 2x squared minus 2y squared plus 38 is equal to negative 4x. And if we add these together, we get negative x squared plus 38 is equal to 33 minus 4x. Let's get everything on the same side. We'll say x squared minus 4x minus 5 here. So we could say x minus 5 and x plus 1. And let's see, we'd get x is equal to 5 and x is equal to negative 1. Let's see, did I do that right? I'm just going to check everything over here. Yes. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I will plug in for one of our equations. We'll use the first one. 5 squared is 25 plus 2y squared is equal to 33. So 2y squared would equal 8. Y squared would equal 4. And y would be plus or minus 2. And for our second one, if we plug in negative 1, we would get 1 plus 2y squared is equal to 33. So 2y squared would equal 32. Y squared would be 16, and y would be plus or minus 4. So we actually wind up with 5 comma 2, 5 comma negative 2, negative 1 comma 4, and negative 1 comma negative 4. All right, our fourth problem, decomposition. We have negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 14 over x squared minus 6x plus 5. So let's factor the denominator. And let's see what we get here. If we multiply everything by our LCD, which is x minus 5 times x minus 1, we get negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 14 is equal to a times x minus 1 plus b times x minus 5. And if we let x be 1, we would have negative 2 plus 4 plus 14 is equal to 1 minus 5 is negative 4b. So we get 2 plus 14 is 16. And we get that b is equal to negative 4. If we let x be 5, then we get negative 2 times 5 squared plus 4 times 5 plus 14 is equal to a times 5 minus 1 plus 0. 25 times negative 2 is negative 50 plus 20 plus 14 is equal to 4a. And see what this is. Negative 50 plus 20 plus 14 is negative 16. So we would get that a is equal to negative 4. All right, and let's go on to our last problem. This problem says we have 3x squared minus 3x plus 10, all being divided by x to the third minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 8. Now to factor this, we could factor by grouping. We could take out an x squared, we have x minus 2. Take out a 4, we have x minus 2. So the bottom factored would be x squared plus 4 times x minus 2. So when we go to break it up, we're going to have 3x squared minus 3x plus 10 all over x squared plus 4 times x minus 2. Remember, when we have a quadratic, our top power has to be 1 degree lower. And if we multiply by our least common denominator, let's see what we get here. Remember, our total number of x squared terms has to equal the same on the left and the right. So I'll group my quadratic terms, a and c. I'll group my x terms. And my linear terms, or my constant terms, I should say. These are my linear. So these should match up. A plus c should equal 3. The number of x terms should match up. And our constant term should match up. All right, So let's see, to solve the system, what we could do is eliminate a in this. So multiply the top by 2. And then we could use this other equation here to finish it. So we'll get c is 2. If c is 2, we could plug it back in, and we could see that a is 1. And if a is 1, we could plug that back in, and -2 plus b is -3, and we could see that b would be -1. Alright, so as far as what our final answer should be, we would get 3x squared minus 3x plus 10 over x to the third minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 8 is equal to, see, it was ax plus b over x squared plus 4, ax plus b, and then plus c over x minus 2. All right, so thank you very much, and have a nice day.